Welcome to M Squared TechCast.
Well, we got a great show for you today. We've got several interesting guests. Obviously, we're talking about story number one in the world right now, which is coronavirus and COVID-19, the disease it causes. And we have here an online marketing expert who's going to talk to you about moving businesses online now that all of a sudden the internet is the world. I mean, that's where you buy stuff now, at least, you know, everything but groceries. So,
well, actually, on Amazon, I think Whole Foods. Actually, AKA Whole Wallet, you can get delivery, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, we have Justin Marhsall with us. Justin is, as Matt said, a digital marketing expert. Now, the connection here is we haven't announced it yet, still in development, but we're going to be working with one of his products that he works with called CBD World News. As many of you know, we have started covering marijuana.
Yep. The business side.
Business side.
Yep.
What you all do on the recreational side, none of our business. But the CBDs are
no product reviews. Then
no product reviews.
Okay, all right.
We could have Dave do some product reviews probably, but he's smiling over there. But CBDs are what people use for medicinal purposes, you know, aches and pains and anxieties. But that's not what we're talking about today. We'll talk about that on another show. So, Justin, let's talk about what Matt mentioned is everybody is going online because we have to now. So if you're going to put your business on the internet, what are the ground rules for getting your brand discovered?
Yeah. So I just want to say it's a pleasure being on the show, and thanks for having me.
Sure.
So really, I mean, it's just making sure that you have all the technology in place. You know, it's one thing to sell it out of the store, but really to move it to the internet, you need to maybe tweak your processes and make sure that everything's in the right place, the right time, and that you can actually get it outside the door and shipped as fast as possible. Everyone is expecting maybe even next day. So really looking at pricing and things like that. But from a marketing point of view, you know, there are a few things. You need to make sure that your company and organization creates an emotional connection through like storytelling that your audience can connect with. So Apple has creativity, Airbnb has travel experiences, Huggies has baby hugs. You know, you just really want to connect with your audience. The next thing is really collecting the data. Look at your analytics or take surveys with your clients and potential demographic, run A/B testing, and this will give you a lot of information so that you can actually target the right demographic. Just a few more things were just to create good content, and we'll talk about that probably later on, but I mean, that's one of the most important things. Just create informative content that is better than everyone else's online, and it's simple to read, and, you know, utilize video technology. You guys are doing it, you know, today, and it's just one of the best channels to really grab, and, you know, the audience is massive, as you know. And then really just looking at SEO, optimizing the content, advertising through social media, advertising on Google, and using influencers. That's a huge thing. I mean, that's why we're working together with you guys. You know, you guys have a big audience, target market. It's perfect. And then a couple other things, just retargeting. And lastly, a lot of people don't like to hear it, but give stuff away for free.
Well, I do that quite frequently, actually, but
not always because you want to.
No, yeah.
Right. So tell me a little bit about how Google indexes your business and what are they looking for?
So what they're looking for is just, again, it's just really good content. You know, you want the person to be able to read it and understand it, but you need a computer to understand what your company is about, what your products are, at a very easy level. So there's some tools like Google Search Console and big webmasters from Microsoft where you can actually set up a little free account and introduce your website to these search engines so you can almost instantly get on these search engines. And then from there, it's really just making sure that each page is honed into a certain topic or a certain category or product, and then writing really solid content. There's a lot more, you know, technical things like meta title tags you can look into and schema, but really just writing is one of the most important things. So having the good content for each of the pages and then continuing to create good content in blog posts and videos and things of that nature. And then when it comes down to it, you'll build something called backlinks where other websites are linking to your content because it is so good and so strong. And this is has always been one of the most important things where it will let you rank over your competitors.
Okay. And in the short term, though, what are some of the quick wins for web presence?
Well, like I said, setting up that search console, Google Search Console, and Bing Webmasters is one of the best things you can do, because it takes a while for search engines to find you, if they even, will after a time. It could take months. So this will actually set it up a lot faster and get you on the search engine. And then from there, just like I said, creating content, answer questions that your audience always has. Once your audience, they'll actually find you through asking questions on Google, through Google Voice or other search engines. And then what they'll do is they'll start reading your content, and then you can have that hard sell, or push them to more content, or have them sign up for an email newsletter where you can grab their attention again. And then after that, it's really advertising. So you can advertise on Google for certain things, your products and services, but you can also do something called retargeting, where you can have them come and they see your site, and then you can advertise per user what they looked at, what service they were interested, what content they were interested in, and you can actually show display ads or video ads or whatever kind of ads you want, so that they, are reminding yourself of who they are, but also bringing them to the site to convert.
All right. What do you think people should have in mind? What should you bear in mind when you're creating this unique content?
Just really answering questions. We take a lot of surveys. We talk to our sales team all the time to find out what the users, what they're asking, what the clients are asking. And we found that by answering those questions through blog posts and videos, you can actually build your organic traffic, which is not like advertising, because it's free. You don't have to pay to play. And so if you keep creating these resources where you're building that organic traffic, or emailing it out to people, or sharing it on social media, this is really going to bring and drive your traffic across your website and e-commerce website.
Okay, and what tricks can online retailers use to get their products to rank higher?
There's no more tricks and black hat tactics anymore. Google cracked down on that. But one of the things is the partnerships with influencers. That is one of the things that you can hire an influencer or work as a partner, and really it could be through YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, websites, podcasts, and you could build a really decent audience and retarget them. So what happens is you're the influencers talking about your product, or talking about how good it is, and then they drive you to your website, and like I said earlier about retargeting, you can bring them back and advertise to them about your products and services. And then there's actually a pretty cool thing that's called a lookalike audience, where you can grab all the data of all the people that visit your website or watch you on social media, and you can create an audience that looks like them based on their interests. So you're not only advertising towards your existing audience, but a whole new entirely new audience with the same interests. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds great.
Okay, so how can people best use this time that we're in right now of this crisis to get themselves better equipped digitally when we come out on the other side of this crisis?
Yeah, that's a question. That's a great question. We're with the company, we're always helping others do this as well, is where you just keep doing what you're doing, where you can. Where you can't, you make sure that, you work with another company to learn what tools to use or what processes to use to really keep your efficiency at its peak. So, a lot of people are using video conferencing now, or ERP systems for their inventory. So they don't actually have to go into the building anymore. They can do everything from home or some remote location. Another thing is just be compassionate and transparent. Let the customers and followers know how your company is adapting to this change and that you're still here for them. And, the thing that we're seeing more and more, Elon Musk and Microsoft and a couple other companies is, if you have the resources to help, it could be healthcare organizations, nonprofits, do so. It could be with your own money, or it could be by assisting others when they're in a time of need, or even leveraging your audience that you've built to donate and support the others.
Yeah. So, gosh, what other points should we be talking about? We worked off your list here, but what other points would you offer as an expert in this area? There might be a lot of businesses that they've thrown up a website, but they're not really paying that much attention to it. And now we covered a lot of these areas already, but is there anything else you would tell these folks?
Yeah, if you're a local company, one of the most important things, if you have a website, you have a service, or a product, is really look into local search engine optimization. And so that's started by setting up a Google My Business account. And what that does is it gives more information to Google and the other search engines of exactly what your company is and what they do. And then, working with another company with local SEO, such as, mine or someone else's, we can actually, we have partnerships with these other aggregators, they call them, where you can, you're listed on Yelp, you're listed on Foursquare, you're listed on Facebook. And so the one thing that the search engines look at is that all the information is the same, meaning your business name, the address, the phone number, any contact information, the category, the vertical, things like that. And so if you have, we talked about how backlinks are very important. This builds your backlink structure, and it's all highly important websites like Facebook, Yelp, and others. And what we do is we work with these companies to put your information onto these channels. It could be even 20, 50 channels, and with links to your site, so that Google and Bing and DuckDuckGo and all these other search engines, they see this, they see the backlinks, they see the other channels that are pointing to you that are trustworthy, and so they see you as trustworthy and being an authoritative, figure or website in your vertical. So if you are a local company, this is one of the first things, if not the first thing, that I would look into.
A Google business listing.
Yeah, they call it Google My Business.
My Business. Okay, cool. Well,
that's one to start on.
Almost out of the time, so we're going to give you a chance now to
shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Yeah. So how can people reach out to you to work with you on and acquire all that expertise you have?
Yeah, so you can reach out to me on LinkedIn.com. I believe it's /in/Justin S. Marshall. I'm always on LinkedIn, and you can always find me through BraveRiver.com. It's BraveRiver.com. We're full agency. Could be anything from search engine optimization, full stack marketing, all the way to IT consulting. Could be helping you to move to your, set up your remote location. So if anyone has questions, reach out on both channels. That'd be great.
Traditional four-year students love Lawrence Technological University's thriving campus life, but LTU has always met non-traditional students' needs too. Lawrence Tech offers over 100 degree and certificate programs that can get adult students started or back on track. And most of our classes are conveniently offered evenings at our beautiful Southfield campus or online, so you can balance your social, family, and work life even while you power up your career. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.